What's up, everybody? It's waba, and I wanted to make a video for day one incursion for Cold Snap and just a couple of other things to kind of keep you in the loop of everything that I have going on. In this video, I will also have gameplay of the way the Cold Snap build is going, not just like leveling, but also the Diodre boss fight in Act 8, which is, I would say, probably one of the more difficult fights. So it definitely gives you a good feeling of how this build goes. But let's go ahead and just talk about the passive tree real quick, just in case anyone is interested. So all I really did when I leveled is I came right out through here, went to cold-hearted calculation up to this int node, and then I just beelined straight to elemental overload. I don't necessarily know if I would do this again, but it wasn't really that bad either, because I didn't want to spec into traps. I was trying to avoid anything that would cause me to use respecs. So doing that, what it actually ended up helping me do is just like picking up points that then as I was leveling, as I kind of needed them, you know. Once I needed a little bit of resist, I picked up Cruel Preparation and Nullification. When I needed regen, I picked up Growth and Decay over here. When I wanted a little bit of AoE in life, boom, boom, boom. You know, it was actually pretty smooth leveling passive tree-wise. Right now, I'm only running into issues leveling with a passive tree just because I don't know where I want to go ultimately in the end. I don't know if I want to use the Mask of the Stitch Demon. I don't know if I want to maintain Righteous Fire. I mean, obviously I would like to maintain Righteous Fire, but I'm also thinking about just going a more traditional Mind Over Matter build and getting acrobatics and phase acrobatics, because the damage on Cold Snap seems to be pretty alright. So, I mean, that's the passive tree for right now. Let's just go ahead and talk about how I used Cold Snap and how I leveled. I could go ahead and show you a couple things. Where's my stash? There we go. So, first off, I actually just recently added this, the Alardix. I don't know how you want to say that. Alardix. But this amulet is like a 1 Chaos amulet, probably a 1 Alch amulet, or like maybe potentially even cheaper as the league progresses. It might be really good for this. You know, it gives us power charges, which is pretty good. It gives us power charge duration, which is also good, but it's not as good as it may seem. And then also, it pretty much gives us like 1% of damage taken for mana instead of life, which makes our Mind Over Matter a little bit better. And then the 10% increased mana regeneration per power charge. The downside is, of course, the reduced critical strike chance per power charge, so you don't get as much crit per power charge, which does make maintaining elemental overload a little bit more inconsistent. So like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep using this, but for right now it's fine because it has a lot of life and mana on it. Another thing I did use is I used a Storm Prison, which I bought very early on, and obviously you don't really need this to maintain Cold Snap at the start when you start using it, because it's at level 16. Well, not at level 16, but just in general with Cold Snap, you know, you get the frenzy charges off of it. So since you're utilizing that, all the Storm Prison really does is it lets you maintain your elemental overload, which again, like I said, I just went straight for elemental overload. But as soon as I actually picked up a Winter's Bounty, which, you know, I have one of these here, it just makes it to where Cold Snap utilizes your power charges instead of frenzy charges. All of a sudden, this became much stronger, and then like I was able to clear quite a bit more consistently. Not that it was really inconsistent before utilizing frenzy charges, but there are some issues with Cold Snap that frenzy charges do kind of alleviate. So yeah, using a Storm Prison and then a Winter's Bounty, and then using a +1 Cold Wand 3-link, that got me. I think I killed Kitava on the 3-link Cold Snap with that setup, so it wasn't really too bad. Yeah. that's whatever. I did recently pick up a Joffrey's Crest because it's really good. My Cold Snap is linked to Swift Affliction, Elemental Focus, Control Destruction. Honestly, this should be Efficacy, but I don't really have that many chromes, so I just didn't want to bother trying to color it right now. Although it probably wouldn't be too bad to color this all blue. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad to color this all blue. But yeah, I've just been trying to keep up life and resist on my gear. I've been pretty lucky. I've been doing quite a bit of the temple runs, which has been going pretty well as Cold Snap. It's not really too bad. So the things that I kind of see as being issues with Cold Snap for people, its cast speed is actually like incredibly high. Like the base cast speed on it is 0.85 seconds. So being that it's 0.85 seconds, it feels a little sluggish. But honestly, with the way that it really plays out, it's more an adjustment to your playstyle that you have to make. Like, I know a lot of people are used to kind of spamming their skills and doing all of that. So if you just kind of change your playstyle a little bit, it's really not too big of a deal. But if you're the type of person that's like go 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 go, click 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 click, Cold Snap can kind of feel clunky at times. Due to the nature of Cold Snap, realistically the cooldown on Cold Snap is 3 seconds, but the damage over time, the part of Cold Snap that we're scaling, lasts 5 seconds. So right now it lasts longer than than the cooldown. So when it comes to like DPS, like single target DPS, you don't need to cast more than one every 3 seconds. There are some exceptions whenever you have bosses that move around, such as Deodre or Deodre, whatever. But this also kind of ties into, well, it doesn't tie into anything, but bosses where there are mobs or NPCs or ads are considerably easier fights because you could just maintain your charges and then you don't really have to worry about it. So, and then the other thing, you know, since we are utilizing Winter's Bounty and we're swapping frenzy charges to power charges, we are maintaining our frenzy charges. We're keeping them, so we're keeping the cast speed, we're keeping the damage, we're keeping the attack speed, which we're not really making use of the attack speed yet. But once you get like a movement skill, if you do decide to go shield charge, you would, you know, benefit more from the attack speed. So, you know, that's Cold Snap right now. I did pick up my Swift Killer. I picked that up right away, and I did normal lab just fine. It wasn't too big of a deal. The build feels pretty solid right now. It might be a little bit slow, but it might be a little bit slow in how it feels, but in all reality, the fact that you can actually cast anywhere on your screen is actually a pretty big deal, because you don't have to move in range to cast something on a pack of mobs. You could just drop Cold Snap on them. You could even do it at the edge of your screen so the AoE grows off of your screen. So you could actually off screen with an AoE skill. Really cool, right? So as for Incursion League in general, Incursion's been pretty cool. I've been doing the temples. I don't really understand the temples quite yet, mostly because I'm like, I don't want to sit there and read everything going on, because I also want to level as fast as possible, because I worked yesterday and I'm going to work today. So you know, so partially that's my fault. I don't know, can I pick up? Oh, we could just look at it right here actually. So I don't even know what I did. I just started doing them. I just picked random architects to kill. At first I, you know, was having a hard time completing them. I don't know if something was bugged with the way that the times were extended, but now they are now they're not, and I'm actually I could do incursions like no problem. I think I did buff the life on a lot of the incursions, so even when I made the incursions more difficult, like they dealt more damage and they had more life, I still didn't really have any issues with it. So yeah, we'll see how Cold Snap goes. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm also going to make a forum thread so I could just kind of like snapshot my gear at certain times to kind of help out. I don't know if people are really going to be looking for this, but you know, just kind of help the process of putting this together. And yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that bell so you know you can get notifications whenever my videos come out, and I will see you later.